coming up on BCN today. As federal party leaders prepare for tonight's English debate, Jagmeet Singh gets advice from former NDP leader Ed Broadbent. Plus, Trudeau defends his party's record on agriculture and climate change. And a knife-wielding man tries to break into multiple homes over the weekend.
Your Canada. Your Southern Alberta. Your stories. From our studios in the heart of Lethbridge, it's BCN Today with Jeanette Roche.
Hello, and thanks for joining us on this Monday. Lethbridge police responded early Saturday morning at around 5 a.m. to a report of a man attempting to break into a number of residences in the Fairmont area while holding a large butcher knife. At one of their homes, the owner caught the man in the act, but he fled the scene on foot. Police used a service dog, Robbie, to track him down, and the dog apprehended the man. 20-year-old Mitchell shot both sides, was treated and released at the hospital. He's facing numerous charges and is in custody. Similar incident in police as police in Calgary say a suspect has been arrested in connection with nearly 20 nighttime break-ins in the past month. In the latest incident over the weekend, police alleged that an intruder brandished a knife when confronted by a homeowner and then fled in the homeowner's vehicle. Police say residents were home during many of the break-ins. An 18-year-old man remains in custody to face criminal charges. Lethbridge and Coaldale voters have the chance to hear from every local federal candidate this week. The Lethbridge All Candidates Forum is tonight from 5:30 till 9 p.m. at the Yates Theatre, and the forum in Coaldale will take place tomorrow night starting at 7 p.m. at the Coaldale Community Centre. With 2 weeks to go until Election Day and virtually no movement in opinion polls, tonight's English language debate is seen as a possible game changer. This is the first debate where all 6 party leaders will take part. Liberal leader Justin Trudeau and Conservative leader Andrew Scheer both have appearances planned in Ottawa this morning. Trudeau opted out of debate prep Sunday in favor of spending the day in Plainfield, Ontario, where he defended his party's record on agriculture, claiming the Liberal government has achieved wins for Canadian farmers in trade negotiations with Japan and the United States.
We know that we move forward with a Minister for Rural Economic Development, Bernadette Jordan, to make sure that rural Canadians have a seat at the table and see exactly what investments we've been making, from infrastructure like highways and floodplains and flood mitigation measures, to investments in broadband and the kinds of future that we know people in remote, northern and rural communities need. We are going to continue to be there for them. What we've seen is consistently Conservative governments over the years cut flood mitigation and water protection. The Conservatives cut the Prairie Farm Rehabilitation Agency. They have consistently not supported our farmers, and we have done exactly that. Whether it was securing free trade deals that give better access to farmers in Canada, for example, to our cattle farmers, to the Japanese market than the Americans have, whether it's been protecting supply management in the renegotiation of the North American Free Trade Agreement against a Trump government that stated from the beginning they wanted to get rid of Canada's supply management. We have consistently stood up for rural Canadians, and we will continue. And the choice facing rural Canadians is, do we keep moving forward with a responsible plan for the future, or do we accept a government whose first act is going to be to tear up the only serious plan any Canadian government has ever had to fight climate change?
NDP leader Jagmeet Singh enlisted the help of the former leader of his party, Ed Broadbent, during an election stop in Ottawa over the weekend, where the two toured a farmer's market.
Good to see you. Hey.
Any advice for him in the leaders' debate tomorrow?
To be himself and to repeat what he did in the French debate, which I thought was, I'm not exactly an expert in French. but I followed the debate the whole time, and he did superbly, and if he repeats that, he'll be a winner for sure.
You know, I always say this to Eddie, and Ed knows this. I say to him that I want to be like him when I grow up. He's been such a great mentor and a guide and so supportive. I know that's like a lot of weight on the shoulders of someone to be able to help out the next generation, and he's doing a great job, and I'm really honored. I think, listen to Mr. Broadbent. He's the expert here. He said be myself, so I'm going to try my best. But what we've really tried to do in this campaign is to be the voice for people.
Federal candidates running in the Bow River riding gathered in Tabor, and as BCN's Ainsley O'Reilly reports, things got a little heated.
Bow River's conservative candidate, Martin Shields, was welcomed by cheers and even signs of support for his party.
It humbles you because you want to do the best job of representing those people who are supporting you.
Shields says that when he talks to young people, the economy is their main concern.
Most of them, their families either own small businesses or they work in small businesses, and they're very concerned because it's very economically tough in this riding if you're in the oil and gas industry.
I think Alberta is really a hub of that economic power and growth we have in Canada.
The other parties touched on issues that students are approaching them with.
I think there's a lot of concern around climate change. There is always climate change. We're not sure how much of it is caused by man.
A lot of it is our environment. I don't think they realize about health care in the same way that others do because they never were without.
Future employment, and which is a really concern, a genuine concern. They want to make sure that they can get good jobs, meaningful jobs, high-paying jobs in their fields if possible.
After the event, with students watching, a heated exchange occurred between NDP's Lynn McWilliam and the Christian Heritage Party's Thomas Lipp.
I saw two candidates who had quite a disagreement, and I think there is a lot of tension and there's lots of division. We need to sort of focus on the main issues. We're all Canadians, and we need to try and focus on a government that will get us all ahead.
In my point of view, I thought it was kind of unprofessional that happened, and they're here to represent their party, and when people like us see that, I think it's hard for them to want to put their trust into that party.
For Bridge City News, I'm Ainsley O'Reilly.
Climate activists shut down the Prince Edward Viaduct in Toronto and the McDonald Bridge in Halifax this morning as part of a multi-nation protest to draw attention to global warming. Fewer than 100 protesters blocked access on the Dartmouth side of the McDonald Bridge, and police have closed the bridge to all traffic. About 135 climate activists with the Extinction Rebellion group were arrested after they blocked Victoria embarkment outside the British Ministry of Defence in London, including an 81-year-old retired social worker from Oxford. Some 55,000 education workers are on the job as usual today in Ontario after their union reached a tentative agreement with the provincial government just hours before a midnight strike deadline. A strike that would have closed hundreds of schools across the province.
I'm pleased to confirm that agreement has been reached between the Crown, our government, CUPE, and the school board trustee associations that keep kids in class. This is most welcome news for families and students and workers alike that schools will remain open across our province. But most importantly for me as minister and for families across our province, it is good news for our students who remain in class where they belong. I would like to thank CUPE and the Trustees Association for being willing partners and for ultimately putting our students first.
Bill 9 protests continue across the province. About 40 members of the Alberta Union of Provincial Employees gathered along University Drive. Many expressed their concerns for what they say are potential cuts to public sector jobs.
We've been having these all across the province for the entire summer, and now we're heading right into fall. And of course, Bill 9, we did have the injunction, which was stayed back to the original Bill 9. So we're hoping that in October we can finish these arbitrations and the government will realize that breaking contracts and not being fair to public service workers is not the thing to do, because we will fight back against that, and the members have been very vocal across the province, and today at the University of Lethbridge we're being vocal here as well. So at some point, the government's got to realize that the public sector workers are who runs this province, who takes care of the people in this province, and they need to stand up and respect those workers.
Alberta remembered the many murdered and missing Indigenous women across the province. A special event celebrating the Sisters in Spirit took place at Lethbridge College.
This is my cousin Beverly Ann Robotham. She was 43 in 2000 when she was murdered, and so that would make her 62 or something like that now. But it's been a tough 19 years, because we have gone for 19 years basically with no justice.
My grandmother, Gloria Bird Blackplume, was murdered in Calgary by 2 men. They were never charged. So the college, they just wanted to get their students involved, especially the ones that have been affected personally by this.
The wind turbine technician program at Lethbridge College now has a new partner. The college signed with a $100,000 3-year agreement with safety training company Team 1 Academy, Inc. This partnership will apparently make Lethbridge College graduates even more attractive to employers as they enter their industry.
Our wind turbine program here at Lethbridge College has been around for just over 15 years now, and we've been training students to be wind turbine technicians through construction and maintenance of the wind turbines around southern Alberta and around the whole country, and some around the world, even some have gone. We have a new partnership to announce with Team 1 Academy. So Team 1 Academy is Ontario-based, and they are one of only 2 companies certified to teach the GWO training. So GWO is the Global Wind Organization.
Delisle says Lethbridge College has the first turbine technician program in North America. Well, Environment Canada is calling for some nasty weather as more snow is en route beginning tonight, but it won't stick around very long. I'll have the details for you right after the break. Welcome back. Here's a look at our weather highlights locally for Lethbridge today and tomorrow. Lots of sunshine in the forecast today, still in those double digits, 15-degree high today. Looking at tomorrow, chance of flurries actually beginning tonight, possibly into tomorrow. A high actually of 0, so we're looking at about a 15-degree drop there. Coming up for the next 5 days here, looking at Wednesday, lots of clouds in the forecast, high of -3. But look at all that sunshine coming back at us Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunshine for coming up for the long weekend too. Highs of 5 on Thursday, 10 on Friday, high of 17 on Saturday. Sunday, got a little bit of cloud in the forecast there. The average high this time of year, 17 degrees. The average low is 2 degrees. The record for this day was in 1980, the high was 30 degrees, and the record low was -11 in 1970. The sun rose this morning at 7:40 a.m. and it's going to go to bed tonight at 6:59 this evening. So already getting into that 6 o'clock hour for the sunrise, or the sunset rather. Looking at the national forecast over on the west coast of Victoria, 15 degrees and chance of showers. Showers also in Vancouver, 14-degree high up there. Edmonton will see high of 21 degrees. That's not a bad temperature, but they have a chance of showers. Lots of sunshine in the forecast for Calgary with a high of 17 degrees. Over in the prairies, we've got sunshine, sunshine, sunshine everywhere. It looks like a great day over there. Saskatoon, high of 18, also Regina. 17-degree high over in Winnipeg. But they're going to have sunny skies over there in the prairies, so kind of jealous of them right now. In Toronto, 18 degrees with a chance of showers. Chance of showers also in Ottawa. 12 degrees is the high over there. Montreal, high of 16. with a slight chance of precipitation over there as well. Over in the Maritimes, rainy skies for Fredericton, 17-degree high. Halifax, we have a mix of sun and cloud with a chance of showers over there, high of 21 degrees. High of 17 up in Charlottetown, mix of sun and cloud, also a chance of precipitation. Same thing for St. John's with a high of 14. That's your forecast. Here's a look at what's happening in your community.
Here's your Bridge City News Community Calendar. Lethbridge and District Pro-Life Association invite you to come to be a support at their annual International Life Chain on Sunday, October 6th from 2 to 3 p.m. along the east side of Mayor McGrath Drive South. This is a peaceful and prayerful public demonstration to address the need of our society to protect all human life and to acknowledge those who have been hurt as a result of abortion. For more information, visit lifelethbridge.org or call 403-320-5433. Do you enjoy helping others in our community? Volunteers are needed in Lethbridge and Medicine Hat to support adults participating in local AHS recreation and leisure programs. AHS is looking for those who will provide guidance and encouragement to people taking part in aquatics, walking to wellness, and expressive arts. To learn more about this opportunity, call 403-388-6311 or apply online at albertahealthservices.ca. The City of Lethbridge's residential fall leaf collection program is underway from now to November 15th. Residents can call 311 Monday to Friday between 8 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. to arrange for pickup. Leaves must be put in paper yard waste bags and placed in the area where garbage is normally collected. Paper yard waste bags are available for purchase at retail stores throughout Lethbridge. For more information about the residential fall leaf collection program, visit lethbridge.ca or call 311. And that's your Bridge City News Community Calendar.
What does it mean when a semi-truck flashes its hazard lights on the road? Well, today's Daily Life Hack has the answer. When an 18-wheeler starts flashing its hazard lights on the highway, it means the driver is slowing down faster than normal because of congestion or an accident up ahead. So make sure to stay back. Stay safe. And that's your Daily Life Hack. There are some great new movies at the Mill this week, including the action film Hobbs and Shaw. With more, here's Len Binning with another Movie Mill Minute.
In 2003, the world was mounting evidence to go to war against Iraq. Catherine Gunn worked for the Secret Service in Britain, and she leaked some information trying to prevent this unjust war.
I've got something you need to see.
Who brought you this? Friend? Be careful. If this is real, you can go to jail just for having it in your possession.
You're a spy. You work for the British government.
No, I work for the British people. I do not collect information so that the government can lie to the British people.
Former enemies, Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham, must team up against Idris Elba, who's got a biochemical that threatens the world.
This job requires stealth. Look at you. I'm trying to save the world, which, for the record, will be my 4th time.
Brian Shields, known as Lethbridge's beloved Cockatoo Man, has learned that he has kidney cancer. But as Loris Alexander explains, Shields doesn't want to allow this diagnosis to keep him from accomplishing his dream of a cross-country motorcycle trip.
Brian Shields is no stranger to getting media attention. He is known in the city for his work with Abby, his cockatoo who escaped years ago and has since passed.
The bird picnic started kind of for 2 reasons. One is a memorial to Abby, that to just keep her memory alive. And then a bunch of the clients really enjoy the bird visits.
Shields received devastating news. He was diagnosed with kidney cancer.
They were rather matter of fact about it, that, you know, especially the ER doctor, it was just kind of blunt. The urologist, you know, rides motorbikes. We had a little motorcycle chat for 10 minutes first before we got down.
Shields says he's passionate about 2 things, birds and bikes.
I actually got a motorcycle license before a car license. I went from a learner's to a class 6. So I've had bikes basically my entire adult life.
For several years, Shields was planning a cross-country motorcycle trip, but says now with the diagnosis, it will be challenging.
In the next 6-8 weeks, I was planning to leave, just get a few more paychecks under the belt, that the bike's done and prepped, and it was just a matter of saving the fuel and other expenses for the trip to top up the account for the trip. And that if I'm going to lose 6 to 8 weeks, it sounds like, after the kidney's out, that it doesn't look hopeful for the trip.
In 2017, 6,600 Canadians were diagnosed with kidney cancer. Brian is determined to beat the odds and would still like to accomplish his adventure tour across Canada. For Bridge City News, I'm Loris Alexander.
Thank you, Loris. Lethbridge Conservative candidate Rachel Harder stopped by BCN recently and chatted with Hal Roberts about the Tory plan for dealing with the drug crisis in our city. Catch the full interview coming up in the second half of our show. Stay with us.